Hit the like and subscribe. I think this says it all. I've been avoiding this video, but hey, at some point you gotta face the music. James Harden went missing in Game 7, and I knew it. If any of you watched my previous video in Game 6, and I saw that he played 46, 47 minutes, I said, boy. Boy. That's not promising going into Game 7. And I said, look, this needs to be a Kawhi Zubac type game. Harden is going to have to be a decoy. I said it. And look what happened. 8 shots in 35 minutes. Let's go ahead and get into the numbers here. 120 to 101. The Los Angeles Clippers lose to the Denver Nuggets. And as we saw, James Harden went missing. Let's get into our 4 favorite stats here. 47.6% from the field for the Los Angeles Clippers. I'll round it up to 48. 52% for the Nuggets. 30% from 3 to the Nuggets. 38% from 3. 15 turnovers to the Nuggets. 12. Get out rebounded 36 to 46. Not good enough. And as we can see here in these highlights, so, okay, you see the score here. The score is 26 to 21. And look at who is on the basketball floor. Look at who is on the basketball floor. We got Chris Dunn, Kawhi, Norm, Batum, and Bogdanovich. Continuing to go small. It worked in Game 6, but it's been killing us all year. It's been something I've been talking about all year. Stop the nonsense. It don't work. Tyronn Lue, lay up here. And then, okay, defense compromise again. Kawhi gets a block. We don't run to the first pass, the easy pass, which is Westbrook. We run to Porter. Now, Porter is a much better shooter than Westbrook, right? James Harden, what are you doing? This is the run that cooked us. This is the run that cooked us in spite of this play here by Kawhi Leonard that made it a 4-point game there. We were down 13 points here in this point in the game. It was not good. We were down 11 at halftime. Anyway, let's just get in these numbers, man. Let's get into the team stats, actually. Because when you really look at it, well, overall, I mean, the Clippers did bridge some of this gap in garbage time. So we probably weren't shooting anywhere near 50% up until the fourth quarter when garbage time came. Kobe Brown went off. But you see, 8 of 27 from 3 for the Clippers, 11 of 29 for the Nuggets. So not a significant gap there. Okay. Free throws, 15 to 22 for the Clippers, 15 to 21 for the Nuggets. Again, not a significant gap. The problems come with the rebounds. You gave up 11 offensive rebounds to the Nuggets. We actually had more assists. Steals close. We had more blocks. Points off turnovers, virtually the same, 15 to 14. Fast break points, 19 to 24. Points in the paint, 58 to 66. But again, I think a lot of this happened in regards to us helping to bridge the gap in garbage time. Largest lead. Here's the one. 35-point lead for the Nuggets to 6. But if this was me, I would not let Tyronn Lue on the team flight. He'd get fired. You understand me? You not coming back to Los Angeles with us. Aaron Gordon, to the bad guys first as usual. Aaron Gordon, 9-16 from the field, 36 minutes, 22 points for him. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Michael Porter Jr., 15 points, 6 of 11 from the field in 30 minutes, 6 rebounds for him. Nikola Jokic. See, Zubac did a very good job. How many centers can guard Jokic one-on-one for the most part and have him shooting under 50%? 6 of 14 from the field, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 5 turnovers, and 5 fouls. Which is why, Tyronn Lue, you don't throw in the towel. I understand you're getting your butt kicked, but you don't give up. Jamal Murray, 16 points in 42 minutes, 7 of 15 from the field, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 4 turnovers. So between their 2 best players, 9 turnovers for them. Christian Braun, 21 points in 38 minutes, 8 of 15 from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal for him. Great game for Christian Braun. It's been some of the supplementary players who have killed the Clippers in this series, the Michael Porter Jr. to Christian Browns. They've, aside from the one game for Jamal Murray, and of course, Jokic is going to get numbers. But they've done actually a decent job. They did actually a decent job on Jokic. Peyton Watson, 9 points in 17 minutes, 4-4 from the field. He had phenomenal minutes, honestly, throughout the series. 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block for him. DeAndre Jordan had a dunk in 7 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds for him. Russell Westbrook playing good minutes. I was hoping if the game was close, they still keep feeding Russ like they did in Game 6, and he'd tank them exactly like he did in Game 6. But we weren't even good enough to keep the game close to make it a 4-quarter game. So Westbrook can do what Westbrook do. 27 minutes, 16 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, 2 turnovers. Why in the world some of those plays James Harden made? Why would you do that? Why? And honestly, most of these dudes play with this guy. He's going to play passing lanes. He's going to gamble. He's going to compromise his own defense from gambling and trying to go for steals. You should know this. It doesn't make any sense at all. To the alleged good guys. Kawhi Leonard, 22 points in 33 minutes, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 1 turnover. Derrick Jones, 12 points in 17 minutes, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 blocks. Good minutes from Derrick Jones. And a lot of his damage came early. If it's a Zubac, 10 points, 32 minutes, 5 of 10 from the field, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. Not the best performance by Zubac, but it is what it is. Solid overall, in my opinion, and probably should have fed the big man more. But again, it is what it is. Minus 17 out of everybody who's in the starting lineup. He had by far the best plus minus 17. Kawhi got minus 33. James Harden minus 29. Norm, who was horrible, and I'm going to get to him in a sec, minus 31. James Harden, Mr. Milk Carton himself, 7 points in 35 minutes, 2 of 8 from the field. 5 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers. Horrible game for James Harden. He disappeared just like I was afraid he was going to do. Like I mentioned in the last video I made about Game 6. I was worried about him disappearing, and he did. That's why you need contingencies. Norman Powell, 32 minutes, 9 points, 4 of 11 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 3 turnovers. Norm was horrible. And this just goes, look, it is what it is. He needs to be our sixth man. You tried it. It didn't work. He needs to be the sixth man, period. Simple as that. There was a point in this game where I would have definitely pulled him and put in Bogdanovich. They didn't do it. I would have pulled him, bro. He was horrible. Turning the basketball over, being undecisive. He wasn't. He's been really up and down this series. And Game 7, he put up his worst performance. He was terrible. Nicholas Batum, who I believe should have probably been the dude to get the start today, although Derrick Jones played well. So I'm not going to come for Derrick Jones. He played well. But I think Nico probably should have got the start because he's a bigger body. But I understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to get Derrick Jones to guard Jamal Murray and make things a little tougher on him because he was cooking Chris Dunn. So it is what it is. He wasn't able to bother him. Bogey, he had 18 minutes, okay, 5 of 9 from the field, 12 points, 1 of 5 from 3, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, but he also had 3 turnovers. Could have been more, too. But I still would have put him in over Norm. I would have. Norman Powell played horrible basketball. And I believe putting Bogey with the starting group would be more beneficial for him. Then Chris Dunn, 16 minutes, 1 of 4 from the field, 3 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steals. And everybody else is basically playing garbage time minutes. Kobe Brown, like I said, 13 points in 8 minutes. He was cooking. 6 or 7 from the field. Jordan Miller, they actually made the score respectable. Cam Christie got his first playoff points. I think Cam Christie's going to be a player for us down the line. Maybe not next year, but the year after that, definitely. He's going to be a player for us down the line. Kobe Brown, brother, you on the clock next year. We're going to see. We're going to see. But, yeah, horrible performance for us. Did not get the job done. There's no game to look forward to. Denver is going to be playing Oklahoma City in the next round. We'll see how that turns out. I believe that Denver could give Oklahoma City a run for their money. When you really think about it, Oklahoma City, I believe, is a team that's built for the regular season unless Jalen Williams turns the corner and becomes a better player. This team just had to guard James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Zubats. Chet Holmgren's not better than Zubats. Shea, in my opinion, is not better than Kawhi Leonard. He's not. When they're both healthy, I'll say. Because Shea is available. But he's not a harder player to guard than Kawhi Leonard. Or, honestly, maybe even James Harden. To be perfectly honest, in regards to the craftiness, he gets a ton of free throws. And you know what ends up happening? And James did it too. James hunching the free throw line, didn't get the calls, only shot 2 free throws. Wasn't aggressive at all. But I believe that Kawhi Leonard's probably a harder dude to deal with than Shea. I do. So you go from that to guarding Oklahoma City, it'll probably feel like a breath of fresh air for the doggone Denver Nuggets. Don't be surprised they win this series in 6. But in regards to our Clippers, a lot of questions that need to be answered. Lawrence Frank had an exit interview. And, you see the headline there. Clips Press, Kawhi Harden franchises foundation. So, but James has a player option, so we'll see if he exercises that or decides to get a long-term deal. Look, he's going to be 36 years old next year. Maximum 2 years. Max. If he wants 3 or 4 years, bruv, get to step it. We'll figure it out. We're only really paying one guy the max. We'll probably be under the cap. we could actually go get somebody, some pieces that could play with Kawhi. But I'm going to make a video in regards to what we should do in the future, what I believe that they need to do for next year to make sure that this doesn't happen. But let me know what you guys think about our failed playoff run and miserable Game 7. Hit that like and subscribe. Until next time, I'm out.